All right, let me set the scene for you. Imagine this. You're sitting in a crowded cafe, the aroma of freshly brewed coffee filling the air, the hum of conversations buzzing around you. You're nursing a latte, your fingers tracing the rim of the cup, your mind a million miles away. Suddenly, your phone rings. It's your best friend, Jamie. You answer expecting the usual banter, but instead you hear sobs. Panic surges through you. Jamie, what's wrong? You ask, your heart pounding. Jamie's voice is shaky, barely audible. It's my dad, Alex. He found out about me. He found the letters from Matt. Your stomach drops. Matt, Jamie's boyfriend, the one Jamie has been secretly seeing for months. The one Jamie's conservative family knows nothing about. He's kicking me out, Alex. I don't know what to do. Your mind races, a whirlwind of thoughts and fears. You knew Jamie's family was strict, but this. You jump into action, your chair scraping against the floor as you stand. I'm coming to get you, you say, already rushing out of the cafe. The drive to Jamie's house is a blur. You find Jamie on the porch, a duffel bag at their feet, their eyes red and puffy. You pull them into a hug, feeling their bodies shake with sobs. It's going to be okay, you murmur, even though you're not sure it will be. You take Jamie back to your place, a small apartment filled with books and art prints. You make them tea, let them cry, let them talk. You listen, really listen, as Jamie pours out their heart, and that's when it hits you. This feeling, this warmth in your chest, this urge to protect, to comfort, to be there for Jamie in every way possible. It's more than friendship. It's something deeper, something you've been pushing aside, ignoring for too long. But you can't ignore it anymore. Not when Jamie is here, looking at you with those tear-filled eyes, trusting you with their pain. But here's the twist. You're dating someone. You've been with Lisa for 2 years now. She's kind, she's loving, she's everything you thought you wanted, but she's not Jamie. And as you sit there, holding Jamie close, you realize that you're falling. Falling for your best friend, falling for the person you were never supposed to fall for, and you don't know what to do, you don't know how to stop it, you don't know if you want to stop it. All you know is that everything has changed, and it's only the beginning. You manage to set Jamie up on your couch, wrapped in a blanket, a steaming cup of chamomile tea cradled in their hands. You sit across from them, your mind a whirlwind of conflicting emotions. You watch as Jamie takes a sip, their hands still shaking slightly. You want to reach out to hold them, to make all their pain go away. But you hold back, your own feelings a tangled mess inside you. Jamie looks up at you, their eyes filled with a mix of gratitude and vulnerability. Alex, I don't know what I'd do without you, they say softly. Those words hit you like a punch to the gut. You've always been there for each other, but this feels different. This feels like a turning point, a moment where everything could change forever. You take a deep breath, trying to steady yourself. You don't have to do anything without me, Jamie. I'm here for you always. As the night wears on, you both find yourselves sharing stories, laughing at old memories and crying over the pain of the present. Jamie talks about Matt, about the love they share and the fear of what the future holds. You listen, your heart aching with each word. You want to be happy for Jamie, but there's a part of you that's jealous, that wishes it were you in Matt's place. You push those thoughts aside, focusing on being the friend Jamie needs right now. But then Jamie reaches out, taking your hand in theirs. Alex, I need to tell you something, they say, their voice barely above a whisper. Your heart races, your mind spinning with possibilities. What is it, Jamie? You ask, your voice steady despite the turmoil inside you. Jamie takes a deep breath, their eyes locked onto yours. I think I'm falling for you too, Alex. I've been trying to ignore it, but I can't anymore. Not after today. The room seems to spin around you. You can't believe what you're hearing. Jamie, your best friend, the person you've been falling for, feels the same way. But there's Lisa, your girlfriend, the person you've been with for 2 years. You feel torn, pulled in two different directions. You look at Jamie, seeing the sincerity in their eyes, and you know you have to make a choice. But what do you do when your heart is telling you one thing and your mind is telling you another? The night stretches on, and you find yourself at a crossroads, unsure of which path to take. The next morning, you wake up to the sound of Jamie puttering around in your kitchen. You rub your eyes, the events of the previous night rushing back to you. You can still feel the weight of Jamie's words, the confession that has turned your world upside down. You take a deep breath, steeling yourself for what's to come, and make your way to the kitchen. Jamie is at the stove, cooking pancakes like it's just another morning. But it's not. Everything has changed. You lean against the doorway, watching Jamie for a moment before speaking. "Morning," you say softly. Jamie turns, a small smile on their face. "Morning," they reply, their voice still holding a hint of vulnerability. You sit down at the table, your mind racing. You know you need to address what happened last night, but you're not sure how. You start with the easiest topic. "Have you talked to Matt?" you ask. Jamie shakes their head, flipping a pancake. "Not yet, I need to figure things out first." You nod, understanding. You both need to figure things out. But before you can say anything more, your phone rings. It's Lisa. You freeze, your heart pounding. You look at Jamie, then at your phone, torn between the two worlds colliding in your life. Jamie nods, encouraging you to answer. You take a deep breath and pick up the call. "Hey, Lisa," you say, trying to keep your voice steady. Lisa's voice is cheerful, a stark contrast to the turmoil inside you. "Morning, Alex. I was thinking we could go out for breakfast today. There's that new cafe downtown we've been meaning to try." You close your eyes, the weight of your situation pressing down on you. "Lisa, I can't today. Something's come up," you say, your voice heavy with the unspoken truth. Lisa pauses, sensing something is off. "Alex, is everything okay?" she asks, concern in her voice. You look at Jamie, your heart aching. "I don't know, Lisa. I need some time to figure things out." You can hear the confusion in Lisa's voice, but you can't bring yourself to explain more. Not yet. You hang up, feeling like you've just taken the first step down a path there's no turning back from. Jamie looks at you, understanding in their eyes. "Alex, we need to talk," they say softly, and you know they are right. It's time to face the truth, no matter how complicated it may be. You and Jamie sit down, the plate of pancakes forgotten between you. The air is thick with tension, the weight of unsaid words hanging heavy in the room. You take a deep breath, trying to find the courage to start. "Jamie, last night, what you said," you begin, your voice trailing off. Jamie looks at you, their eyes filled with a mix of hope and fear. "I meant it, Alex," Jamie says softly. "I've been feeling this way for a while, but I didn't want to admit it, not even to myself. But after last night, I can't ignore it anymore." You nod, understanding all too well. You've been doing the same thing, pushing your feelings aside, trying to ignore the truth. "But what about Matt?" you ask, the question that's been nagging at you since last night. Jamie sighs, running a hand through their hair. "I care about Matt, I do, but it's not the same as what I feel for you, Alex. It's not this all-consuming thing that keeps me up at night, that makes me want to be a better person." You feel a pang in your chest, the raw honesty in Jamie's words resonating deep within you. But then there's a knock at the door. You freeze, your heart pounding. Who could that be? You look at Jamie, seeing the same question reflected in their eyes. You stand, making your way to the door, your mind racing with possibilities. When you open it, you find Lisa standing there, her eyes filled with concern. "Alex, what's going on?" she asks, stepping inside. You look at Jamie, then at Lisa, your world spinning out of control. "Lisa, what are you doing here?" you ask, your voice barely above a whisper. Lisa looks at you, then at Jamie, her expression changing from concern to confusion to understanding. "Alex, what's going on?" she repeats, her voice firmer this time. You take a deep breath, knowing you can't avoid this any longer. It's time to face the truth, to face Lisa, to face Jamie, to face yourself. You close the door, turning to face the two people who mean the most to you, ready to lay your heart bare and hope that somehow everything will work out. You and Jamie sit down, the plate of pancakes forgotten between you. The air is thick with tension, the weight of unsaid words hanging heavy in the room. You take a deep breath, trying to find the courage to start. "Jamie, last night, what you said," you begin, your voice trailing off. Jamie looks at you, their eyes filled with a mix of hope and fear. "I meant it, Alex," Jamie says softly. "I've been feeling this way for a while, but I didn't want to admit it, not even to myself. But after last night, I can't ignore it anymore." You nod, understanding all too well. You've been doing the same thing, pushing your feelings aside, trying to ignore the truth. "But what about Matt?" you ask, the question that's been nagging at you since last night. Jamie sighs, running a hand through their hair. "I care about Matt, I do, but it's not the same as what I feel for you, Alex. It's not this all-consuming thing that keeps me up at night, that makes me want to be a better person." You feel a pang in your chest, the raw honesty in Jamie's words resonating deep within you. But then there's a knock at the door. You freeze, your heart pounding. Who could that be? You look at Jamie, seeing the same question reflected in their eyes. You stand, making your way to the door, your mind racing with possibilities. When you open it, you find Lisa standing there, her eyes filled with concern. "Alex, what's going on?" she asks, stepping inside. You look at Jamie, then at Lisa, your world spinning out of control. "Lisa, what are you doing here?" you ask, your voice barely above a whisper. Lisa looks at you, then at Jamie, her expression changing from concern to confusion to understanding. "Alex, what's going on?" she repeats, her voice firmer this time. You take a deep breath, knowing you can't avoid this any longer. It's time to face the truth, to face Lisa, to face Jamie, to face yourself. You close the door, turning to face the two people who mean the most to you. "Lisa, I need to talk to you," you say, your voice steady despite the turmoil inside you. Lisa nods, her eyes never leaving yours. You take her hand, leading her to the couch, Jamie following silently. You sit down, taking a deep breath, preparing to lay your heart bare. "Lisa, I've been feeling something for Jamie, something more than friendship. And I can't ignore it anymore," you say, the words tumbling out of you. Lisa's eyes widen, shock and hurt flashing across her face. You reach out, taking her hand, hoping she can understand. "I never meant for this to happen, Lisa. I never wanted to hurt you." Lisa looks at you, then at Jamie, her eyes filled with tears. "Alex, I don't know what to say," she says, her voice shaking. You feel a pang in your chest, the weight of your actions pressing down on you. You look at Jamie, seeing the same pain reflected in their eyes. You know you've made a mess of things, but you also know you can't keep living a lie. It's time to face the consequences, no matter how painful they may be. Lisa takes a deep breath, her eyes glistening with unshed tears. "Alex, I need some time to process this," she says, her voice steady despite the emotional turmoil she must be feeling. You nod, understanding completely. You've just dropped a bombshell, and it's only fair to give her the space she needs. I understand, Lisa, you say softly, your heart aching. You watch as she stands, her movements slow and deliberate. She looks at Jamie, then back at you, a mix of sadness and resolve in her eyes. I'll call you later, she says, before turning and walking out the door, leaving you and Jamie in a silence that feels both heavy and strangely liberating. You turn to Jamie, your eyes meeting theirs. There's a moment of stillness, a pause where the world seems to hold its breath. Then Jamie reaches out, taking your hand in theirs. Alex, I'm sorry, they say, their voice filled with sincerity. I never wanted to cause you pain. You shake your head, a small smile playing on your lips. Jamie, you didn't cause this, we both did, and maybe it's for the best. Maybe it's time we both faced what we really want. You squeeze their hand, feeling a sense of resolve wash over you. You know the road ahead won't be easy, but you also know that it's the right path for you. As you sit there, holding Jamie's hand, you realize that this journey is just beginning. It's a journey of self-discovery, of love, of friendship, and of courage. It's a journey that will test you, challenge you, and ultimately define you, and you're ready to face it head-on. But for now, you take a deep breath, looking into Jamie's eyes, and you know that whatever comes next, you'll face it together. Because that's what friends do. That's what love does. It stands by you no matter what. And as the camera pans out, leaving you and Jamie in a moment of quiet understanding, the screen fades to black, the words "to be continued" appearing on the screen. Because this story is far from over. It's just the beginning of a journey that will captivate, inspire, and resonate with everyone who watches. So, if you're hooked and want to see more, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit that notification bell. Stay tuned for the next episode, and be sure to watch our other videos to dive deeper into the world of LGBTQ journeys. And hey, while you're at it, comment down below and let us know your favorite part of the video. We love hearing from you. Until next time, stay true to yourself and keep exploring the paths that make your heart beat a little faster.